To make the coconut pumpkin soup, we first start by cutting up the pumpkin into even sizes. I'm cutting the pumpkin into 3/4 inch cubes. Always try and cut your vegetables into even sizes because when you actually cook them, they all cook very evenly and at the same time. So you get a nice finish to the product. You don't have some raw and some uncooked or some cooked pieces. I'll also add some sliced white onion. White onions have got more moisture in them. They're slightly sweeter than the red variety. So they also add a nice body to the soup and also give a very nice flavor. A few cloves of garlic, again just roughly sliced. You need to keep them into large pieces because you are going to blitz it eventually and make it into a fine paste with a blender. Put all the vegetables, your garlic, your sliced white onions, and your cubes or chunks of pumpkin into a pot. There is no oil required at this stage. It is just basically going to boil all together till you get into they mush up and they become nice and soft. So transfer all the pumpkin along the vegetables into a pot and then add in some red chili powder. You can add in cayenne pepper or smoked paprika. That's perfectly fine. Salt is important. The pumpkin does take a little extra salt than normal because pumpkin is quite sweet. Then pour in enough water to just submerge the pumpkin in the water. You can use vegetable stock, you can use chicken stock, even that would work perfectly okay. Once the stock goes in, this goes on to the heat to boil. Now you need to bring the pumpkin first to a boil, the water to a boil, and once it begins to boil, you have to reduce the heat down and then simmer the pumpkin for approximately 15 to 18 minutes for the pumpkins to get soft. You can always check the pumpkin by actually piercing it with a sharp knife to see if it goes through very easily, and if it does, that means the pumpkin is ready. Once the pumpkin is done, you blitz that with an immersion rod till it becomes into a very nice smooth paste, and at this stage the color is nice and bright orange. Is the pumpkin color, which works quite well. Also the red chili imparts a certain color, but then it enhances the color of the pumpkin altogether. Once this is done, you add in coconut milk. I'm using a canned coconut milk. You can also use coconut powder, mix it up with warm water and then add it to the soup. Blitz it again, and as soon as you blitz it, you see that the color changes to become a nice creamy orangish kind of a soup. I'm going to now make the garnish, which is going to be mustard caviar. It is basically mustard seeds, which I'm going to pop it into warm oil. So you heat up oil into a pan and add in some mustard seeds. And as soon as you add mustard seeds into hot oil, they begin to pop and crackle. So at this stage, they start imparting or oozing out their flavors into the oil and also flavoring the oil with the mustard flavors. Let that cool. To serve the soup, ladle up the soup and transfer it into a bowl. There you can see the rich, luxurious, velvety, smooth coconut pumpkin soup. It looks so nice. And then garnish that with the mustard seeds. Now if you look at the colors, the soup is vibrant orangish, and then you have the mustard seeds which have got black little seeds, black specks, which mimic the look of a caviar, and also the flavored oil on it. It looks very inviting. It looks very nice. So black onto an orange really shines through well. And also what I do is I try and sprinkle in some coconut on top of the soup. So coconut shavings or grated coconut on top of the soup really works well. It gives a very nice bite to the soup, a nice texture to the soup. Also visually it looks very nice. So here you have it, my creamy pumpkin soup to enjoy. Make sure you make it for yourself and your friends and leave your comments on the section below. Happy cooking and bon appetit.